Hey, this is Chris with the Release Technique. And today I want to talk about what it takes to have an inner conviction for success. Now, this is so important for us to look at because most of us, we don't realize that everything, and I mean everything, is our decision. Even if we've heard it and we kind of believe it, deep down, we don't really believe it to be true. Otherwise, we would really be standing up and deciding to have everything with ease. And that's the way it should be. But see, what are we doing otherwise? We're listening to our mind. And what's in our mind? It's a bunch of doubts and what ifs and I can'ts. And as long as we listen to that and go along with it, we're just giving our power away to those thoughts. But who says that they're even true? Just because our mind says it doesn't make it true. So really, it's up to us, and this is why it's so important, for us to stand up, rise up above the mind, and check it out. Find the truth for ourselves. And it doesn't take much looking to discover the truth, to realize just how powerful you are. And this is where having a real conviction comes into play. See, a conviction is just a decision. It's a decision to stand up and decide I am having it. And this is exactly what Lester said when he decided to travel from New York to Los Angeles without any money in his pocket. And see, what he said was, to him, it wasn't a test. It wasn't, oh, let me just see if this works. No, because a test implies doubt. What Lester said was he had a conviction that he was showing up in Los Angeles. And everything just fell in front of him, laid out a path for him to travel all the way to Los Angeles from New York with no money. And most of us, it sounds pretty incredible. But it's easy when you come from the place where you just decide to have. Now, just imagine for a moment what it'd be like if you could just decide to have a big house, have a lot of money, have a great collection of cars if you want, anything you want to do. What if you could just decide? What would you decide to have? And how fun would life be if that's all you had to do? It didn't take any effort. It was just fun. You just decided to do this, do this, do this. And it was all easy. Well, that's what Lester demonstrated. And that's what he said emphatically, that you can do all that stuff too. In fact, all the masters, they're coming from the same place. All the great stories about what Jesus accomplished, what Buddha accomplished, they weren't coming from a place of, hey, look at what I did. They're coming from a place of, hey, you know what? You can do this too. And see, this is all coming from a place of total conviction of who I am and how powerful I am. So what would it take to get there? Now, most of us, when we try to achieve some sort of conviction, we try to do it through reasoning, through the mind. Well, I can do it because of my education, because of my background, because of my connections. I can do this or this or this or what. So we try to reason our way through in order to achieve a conviction. You could do it that way. But here's the thing. If your convictions are based on because of this, because of this, because of this, well, what happens if this, this, and this go away? Then you're just left up the creek without a paddle because your support system has left you. But what if your support system is right inside of you? It's the very core of you, that part of you that can never leave you. And what if that is all the conviction that you need? A conviction of just simply, I am. Now, how strong would you be if that was your conviction. So really, the best way to achieve the conviction is by quieting the mind. You see, the only thing that's in the way of conviction is doubts. I can't do that. I'm not good enough for that. I don't have the background to do that. You see, and those are just sounds in the mind. But what if you could quiet the whole mind? What would you be left with? Here I am. And this I am is so strong, so powerful. You realize that everything is your decision. And that really is mastering the world. All right, so let's start examining these doubts so we can quiet the mind and get to just a place of natural conviction. So think about a goal that you have, a big goal. And what's your first doubt about this goal? And can you see that your mind is feeding you a story? A whole story. And maybe it's throwing in images from the past. Maybe you tried to do it and you were unsuccessful and your mind's going, see, you can't do it. Or it's just telling you about everything that you don't know or that you're lacking. Well, great. What a wonderful friend that mind is. How supportive that mind is. But it's just a story that your mind is feeding you. Now, who's listening to the story? Who's listening to the mind? Who's the owner of the mind? Now, this is the first step to really get clear. Decide, are you the owner or is your mind the owner? Now, I can't make that decision for you. There's no trick about it other than you making a decision right now. You know what? That's my mind, right? My mind. And it's my decision to listen to it or get bigger than it. So what do you decide? All right, so I'm assuming that you're getting bigger than your mind now. At least that's what you're deciding to do. And that's all you need to do is just make the decision. Now, what if it's just a story? Take a look at this story, this doubt that you have in your mind. And since you're the owner, it's your mind. You're the one who's listening to it all. You're the boss. So right now, just come from the position. I'm the boss. It's just a story in my mind. And I'm letting you go. I'm just letting you go. Now, can you just hand this story over to quiet? And that's easy to do. Quiet is all around us right now. Right now, we are in a space of quiet. Even if there's noises here, there, and so on, even noises in here, it's all happening in a field of quiet. Quiet is right here, right now. And you can get in touch with quiet right now. So just surrender the story over to quiet. And just let this story just go quiet. Let it evaporate and dissolve into quiet. And more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And just let the whole story evaporate and dissolve. Really, who says you need that story? Does it really serve you to have an I can't? No. I mean, the worst case is, well, you get to be right. But you're getting to be right now anyway, so you have nothing to lose. You just erase the whole story. I mean, what would it be like if you decided to achieve this big goal of yours and this doubt didn't even come up in your head? Would you be that much freer to step into having that goal? Of course. Now take a look at another doubt that you have. And it might be an obstacle. Like your mind says, well, that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of effort. You're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. And we look at that and go, gee, that sounds like a lot of effort, and I don't know if I want to do that. So then we stop and we get stuck on our goals because we have this thought of something that we don't want to do. Of course, we're still holding on to our goal, and we're frustrated because we're not achieving our goal, but we're not moving forward because we're stuck with this thought of an obstacle. Who says that that obstacle is true? It's just coming up in your mind right now. What if it's just an imagination? So again, you can listen to it and go, obstacles and effort, and I don't want to. Or you can get bigger than that. Move up above the mind. And can you see that whole thing is just a story? And could you be the boss now? Just come from the position now. I'm the boss. It's just a story in my mind. And I love you. I really do. You see, when I'm coming from a position of love, I'm not fighting with you. I'm not really giving you any sort of energy because it's not even true. If it's not true, why fight with it? Why come from any other position than love? So just say it. I love you. I really, really love you. I love you unconditionally. It's just a sound. Even if this sound plays forever, I love you. It's just a sound. It cannot touch me. Now, can you surrender it over to quiet? And again, come from the position, I'm the boss. It's just a sound in my head. And I'm handing it over to quiet. And see, giving it to quiet is really a loving gesture because quiet is a nice space. It's a loving space. It's a free space. So really, you're handing the story over to quiet, into a nice, gentle space. It's not like get out of here or anything like that. Just, I'm handing it over to quiet. Could you hand it over to quiet even more? And even more. And even more. And even more. And even more. Now, look at it this way. When you are believing in the doubts in your head, is that a loving thing to do towards yourself? Going around believing, well, I can't. I have doubts. I'm not good enough. Is that loving? And does it feel good? So, what I'm talking about here, about quieting the mind in order to achieve this inner conviction, it's really about love. So instead of the way that most of us try to achieve a conviction by, through reasoning and through the mind, which leaves you on shaky ground. See, this reason to have conviction based on love is so solid. Because really what it boils down to is, hey, I love me. I love me enough to decide I'm having my goals. That's it. No other reason than I love me. Now, how wonderful is that? Isn't that a great way to go through life? Just through a sense of self-love. How good would it feel if you could just, moment by moment, every single day, just come from a place of loving yourself. And when you're loving yourself, of course you can. Your whole thought, your whole attitude is, I'm wonderful just because. And of course I can. Why not? So, could you just give yourself some love and approval? Give yourself permission to have your goal. And give yourself some more love and approval. And give yourself even more permission to have your goal. Just allow yourself to have it. There's no trick to it. It's just simply, it's okay if I can have it. Yeah, I allow myself to have it. Could you? And some more. And even more. And even more. And even more. And notice if you're getting quieter as you give yourself more and more love. Notice the mind is settling down and you are moving up into a higher energy. Now think about having this goal of yours and see if it feels more real, more right, more realistic. And that's it. That's simply it. When you get clear about having, this conviction of having, that's it. And it's simply you making a decision to have. So let's get to the place where there are no doubts. That is the ultimate. And you can achieve that by joining us in the 90-day Quiet Your Mind program. This is a very comprehensive course where you get your own mentor, you get daily calls, daily support that's going to show you how to quiet your mind and take you by the hand, step by step, every day for 90 days to totally quiet that mind. So there are no doubts, no negativity, nothing but just, hey, here I am. I'm showing up. After all, it is time to finally show up. Be the real you. Be in that place of peace, harmony, love. And you can do that easily. Join us on the 90-day Quiet Your Mind program. It's starting on September 13th. And like I said, you get your own private mentor to work with you directly. You get access to them. So anytime your mind starts up with you, you have a battle that's going on, you get to call up your mentor and say, hey, I got this thing. Can you really help me get in the right direction? Get clear on this. And it's easy. Get you put right back on the track to success, the track to quiet, to beingness, so you can realize all of your dreams and realize who you really are.